Hi everyone, my name is Zoe Harding and I'm the commercial manager at DISA. And today I've asked my colleague Josh Shepherd, a forensic analyst in our research centre, to join me as we talk to the very impressive Dylan, founder and executive director of Computers for People based in Hoboken, New Jersey, which he launched at 15 years old to tackle the lack of access to technology in deprived communities, starting with just a handful of donated devices.
So we were at the e-waste summit in Austin. We had a little discussion about what we will do. You mentioned that you were the CEO of a tech company, and we sort of, took that on board. Didn't really think much of it, and then we had a look on LinkedIn and saw what an amazing job you're doing, what a big company you're part of, and how many people you're helping with these reused laptops, computers, equipment. I mean, it's just we couldn't have imagined how broad the scope was when we first met you.
Yeah, I was really excited to go to that summit. That was my first year there. First time in Austin as well. Was it all your first times?
Yeah.
Austin? Cool.
Yeah.
Fun city. But yeah, I was just walking around having a good time. There's a lot of cool booths at the summit. So stopped by yours and just wanted to learn more. So that's how we got here. So I originally started Computers for People in high school when I was a sophomore. And it started because I used to go to different thrift stores with my friends. We would skateboard around Brooklyn, New York, go into all these different thrift stores, and we would see all these electronics. They would just have walls and walls of electronics. And it was just so fun. We would pick through all the electronics, find the ones that were worth money, bargain for a deal with the thrift store owner or whoever, take them home, resell them on the internet. And we just had a good business because we would just do this every weekend and make some money here and there. But through that venture, I learned that all these companies and individuals don't know how to get rid of their old electronics. And that's why there's just piles of these electronics everywhere. And a lot of them end up in the landfill. As we know, 88% still ends up in the landfill, which is ridiculous. So through that, and also talking to a lot of people, including my stepmother, who worked at a nonprofit her whole life, I learned that so many people don't have access to the digital world. But need it for job search, for education, for telehealth, for federal benefits, everything nowadays. And that's where it kind of clicked in my head. I was like, wow, I can make a big impact by collecting these devices, reducing e-waste, while providing an opportunity. And over the years, I found out that opportunity has led to some pretty significant impact, one at a time. Just providing someone with a laptop and seeing that before they weren't able to apply for a job and now they were able to submit 30 applications and got a job. The amount of impact and value that not only added to that person but to the world is so cool to see, and I want to do a lot of it. I think the industry is doing very little and actually could do way more. I think right now, 0.1% of computers are donated out of all the computers that are being recycled across the industry, meaning that they're either getting recycled or resold or however they're being reused, but they're not being donated. And there's still 2.6 billion people around the world that don't have access to technology, and there's 36 million in the United States. If that percentage went up a little bit, maybe to 10% or 20%, which wouldn't really hurt that bottom line as much, maybe. I think we could do a lot of good and really close the divide. And I think this industry has the power to do that if they want to. My goal is to convince those people in this industry to get more on the side of, hey, let's do some good. Because you're not on this planet for that long. So why not do some good, right? What I'm trying to do is donate the most amount of computers and do it as effectively as possible. So what I'm doing is looking at my business model right now and how we do things and seeing how can we adapt that and change it and make it more modern and utilize this great industry that exists already in order to reach my goals. Because I really don't want to spend my time perfecting the ITAD process. I don't think that's what I'm in this industry to do. But I think I'm in this industry to help the rest of the industry give back and do it really well and make a large impact. So my goal is to donate 1 million computers by 2030. And I hope to work with this industry to make that happen. We'll get there.
Yeah, I believe it, absolutely. There's not the expectation that everything has to go to reuse, but I think every ITAD has the responsibility to do enough. What's one thing that you would give as a message to anyone to be able to make a difference within their own business? What one small thing that they could do?
Yeah, I think they should, one, reach out to me because I love working with ITADs. So that's my number one ask.
Well done.
And number two, I think they should look around in their own community because there's definitely, 5 to 10 nonprofits that could probably use their help. But if they reach out to me, I would love to help them make sure they're doing the most good with the limited resources that they do provide. Because like going to a school and handing them 50 computers sometimes isn't as impactful as you might think. Because maybe those computers will just sit in a closet until some teacher finally realizes that there's 50 computers there and hands them out to students that may already have computers. So there's more to it than just donating millions of computers or thousands of computers. It's like, who are you giving them to, and what is the true impact of that? And are you being as effective as you possibly can with the dollars and the computers and devices that you have? So please reach out to me.
Even if you don't have the expertise, partner with someone whose work it is to make sure that those computers are finding really the most vulnerable people.
100%.
So you're spreading a lot of awareness on this on LinkedIn.
I'll try to post less from now on.
No, it's brilliant because it means the message is getting out, and that's what's fantastic about it. Is you're reaching an audience that I don't think ITADs get to reach very often. I think a lot of the time it's the business to business, and we forget about the end consumer. Awareness really is the biggest thing. Would you agree? It's just about building the network out of being able to source these computers and then being able to find the people that need them.
Yeah, I mean, I get lots of posts on my feed from different people from ITADs posting about stuff, and it's just like the reason it's not getting any traction or like impressions or likes is because like they're not telling a story, and like if there's no story there, then there's no reason to like it or watch it or follow it. So the couple people that I do follow and I always like to comment on in the ITAD industry are people that like are showing their day-to-day in the industry and like showing, oh, I bought this forklift today and I just got these 50 laptops in and we're going to refurbish them. That's always like, I get excited looking at those posts, and those make me want to like improve my posts and tell more of a story, not just, oh, we got money or we got computers. It's like, how did we get those, and how can we, maybe mentor other people to also do this type of work. So I think by actually doing the work plus telling the story and combining those within LinkedIn and other social platforms, you get the max awareness, not just here's what it did.
Do you stay in contact, or is there a way that you communicate with people that you help?
We have an application process for people that apply for a computer, and we partner with over 400 nonprofits to nominate those individuals and help us do outreach to those individuals. So those nonprofits are like point of contact. So when people apply and actually receive a device, we deliver it to the nonprofit and notify the applicant that their computer was delivered to the nonprofit. And over time, we send them follow-up emails with resources, like, if we have a low-cost internet option or digital skills classes, we always, send that out to our recipients, as well as we check in with them on, one, how's their computer actually working, because we want to know that we're not just giving out garbage, right? And two, how has it impacted them? Like specifically tying it to certain metric goals, whether it's jobs, education, telehealth, or health access, as well as a bunch of other metrics, more qualitative metrics too. How, do they feel better? Are they able to, communicate with their family or access video games? Because that can feel better on a day-to-day basis.
Dylan, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. And is there anywhere that we can direct watchers, listeners to come and find you and start a conversation?
Definitely. Yeah, they can reach out to us at computersforpeople.org or find me on LinkedIn, Dylan Zajac. And thanks for having me.